No, I'm like, okay. Right.
Who is your political role model?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I mean, that's what. Yeah,
he was a politician. He had to, he had to go in and.
Are there any modern politicians that you're especially studying or drawn to?
No, I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician.
Yeah.
I want to be a fighter for the people.
But you've mentioned.
We got to talk about LA mayoral candidate Spencer Pratt once again. And I know I've been talking about him a lot recently, but I do think, this whole Spencer Pratt movement is something that, one, reminds me of Uncle Trump when he first got into politics, right? It bears resemblance to that. But then also, I think it could provide, what's the word I'm looking for? It could provide a blueprint for other Republicans when they're going out here and, in every interview, it's just a gotcha question after gotcha question after gotcha question, because that's how mainstream media is to Republicans. It's always trying to get the next sound bite, get the next sound, clip that they can spin and they can use to run against you, or to provide to Democrats to run against you. He is putting on a masterclass in which, Uncle Trump, right? And I talked about this leading up to, this past election, how he was putting on a masterclass when they were trying to put Uncle Trump in gotcha question after gotcha question after gotcha question. Like there was one where, oh man, what was it? Was it Caitlyn, where she had asked like something like, do you want Russia or Ukraine to win the war? No, was that one it? Where she like asked him like the same question like 3 times, back to back to back. Like, hey, what do you think about this? And Trump gave her an answer. She was like, hey, what do you think about this? It was like the same question. Gave him the same answer. Maybe that was that, where he was like, I just want people to stop dying. Yeah, matter of fact, I think that was it. She was like, well, who do you want to win between Ukraine and Russia? Trying to pin him as some Putin puppet or whatever, because he wasn't like gung-ho on Ukraine like the rest of these rhinos and these uniparty folks. He was like, I just want people to stop dying. And honestly, that was the perfect answer. Like, how could you say no to that? Like, I just want people to stop dying. Regardless of how you feel about either country, those are people's sons, brothers, dads. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want people to stop dying. That's it. That's all. And I was like, man, he is putting on an absolute match. Because I wasn't the only one. They kept trying to get him in gotcha questions. And he was just putting on a master class of how to handle that kind of stuff. And now you're seeing somebody else that isn't Trump, because for a while people were like, well, that's Trump. That's just what he does. But now you're seeing somebody else kind of do the same thing. And that's what I want to talk about with this video clip here, where they tried to get him in some gotchas and he danced around it beautifully. Check it out.
Now, your voice, your vote, and the race to lead the city of Los Angeles. Last week, we began a series of one-on-one interviews with each of the 5 candidates for mayor. Tonight, we're talking to Spencer Pratt, the insurgent candidate who just yesterday got support from President Donald Trump. What does Pratt think about the president, and how does he plan to tackle the city's most pressing issues? Here's Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell.
There's another one as well. They keep trying to tie him to Uncle Trump, as if this is like some national election. It's a local mayoral election. Sure, it's one of the biggest, okay, it's LA, but still, it is a local mayoral election, and I love the way he continues to answer it. He knows that, I'm not going to affiliate myself nationally with anything. This is a local thing. But they keep trying to nail him to Trump to try to smear him. You know how mainstream media does. It's like the Pavlov's dog thing. They keep trying to create that response out of people in LA County, trying to with hearing the name Trump and connecting Trump to Spencer Pratt. But it ain't working. It ain't working. He is maneuvering that beautifully. And you heard it there at the beginning of this news clip, right?
For Los Angeles Mayor Spencer Pratt has big plans for the city and insists he's not running to make money or boost his personal brand. He says he wants this job because he thinks LA needs saving.
What are your plans for the over 40,000 homeless in Los Angeles?
Yeah, they're not homeless. They're drug addicts. Most of these people are addicted to fentanyl and meth. This isn't Spencer making it up.
Are you saying they don't have homes?
There is places for all of these people to sleep in LA. No matter what anybody tells you, we have housing and shelter for everyone that's living on the street. They're choosing to be on the street because they want to do drugs. They don't want rules.
It's going to take time to build the facility and money.
No.
How fast do you think you can do it?
These people can literally, I went to Washington and I saw miles of the most insane prefabricated housing and building. I asked all the CEOs of these companies, I said, how long does this take? I met with FEMA and HUD. 3 days.
Where's this facility going to be?
It's on beautiful federal land property.
Where, in LA County?
Well, when I'm mayor, I'll go meet with the federal government and I'll get the property.
Pratt says he'd much rather be out promoting his book and his wife's music or running his crystal business, but can't do any of that because he's following campaign ethics rules and feels a calling to fix the city he loves after losing his home in the Palisades fire.
Yes. You've been open about some of your struggles financially in the past.
I never had
$15 billion.
I never had struggles. I had
See what they're doing to him?
choices.
But managing money.
Let's be clear. My money, not taxpayer money.
But $15 billion budget that you will have to manage as elected mayor. I just want to know, for the citizens of Los Angeles, how can they trust you with that $15 billion?
I'll tell them.
See what they're doing? Hey, see, look, you didn't manage your money perfectly. So I know Democrats didn't manage theirs perfectly. As a matter of fact, they blew it and laundered it and scammed a lot of taxpayers out of a lot of money. But you're not qualified. You see what they're trying to do? As if Karen Bass has managed anything great, or Democrats in general have managed anything great. I mean, you look across the board at a lot of these Democrat-run areas and states, and they're in trouble. They're in shambles. Chicago, having to raise property taxes. And it's like, bro, why are you having to raise property taxes? Y'all take in more than enough money in Chicago. I mean, there's taxes on everything. On everything. There's nothing that you buy in life that ain't got a tax attached to it. Like, they take it from your income when you buy, like, the state is taking tax money from you when you buy gas. I mean, it's all over the place. Taxes are attached to everything. And they're like, nah, we ain't got enough. We need to tax you more. What? But we're gonna try to bash Spencer Pratt because he didn't perfectly manage his own personal money, not the taxpayers' money. Like, where's this type of interview with Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago? Where's this type of interview with Zohran Mamdani in New York? Which they've tried to hail Zohran Mamdani as like this saint for magically fixing the budget. When in reality, he didn't fix anything. The state stepped in and gave them, I believe it was like $8 billion to cover the gap. And it's like, Mamdani didn't fix anything. The state stepped in. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, stepped in and sent money to New York City so that they could cover the budget deficit. That's not fixing anything. That's putting a Band-Aid on it. Oh, Mamdani balanced the budget. See, we told y'all Mamdani could do it. Do what? Take money from other people? Like, I knew that. I knew he was going to take money from other people. That's all Democrats know how to do is take. Take money from other people. Take more. Like, there's never a conversation with Democrats on, okay, let's cut some spending here because we are like spending a whole lot of money. But then you want to question Spencer Pratt on his spending of his own personal money, not Democrats' spending of taxpayers' money. Interesting how that works, ain't it? Interesting.
For the citizens of Los Angeles, how can they trust you with that $15 billion?
I'll tell them this. Right now we have Mayor Bass. She just spent $400 million to house 1,400 people.
It's unclear how Pratt plans to achieve all the goals he's campaigning on, but getting pushback from those he'll have to work with isn't a concern.
The city council does have a lot of power in Los Angeles. There's 15 city council members. I've seen Mayor Bass try and put forth a lot of legislation. They've stopped it. Do you have any allies on the city council? How do you plan to work with them to actually get things done? Because the mayor doesn't just have unlimited power.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. We have an election coming.
You see what they're doing? See, guys, it's going to be pointless to elect Spencer Pratt. He won't be able to do anything because, you know, these other folks are just going to, like, do they say the same thing when Karen Bass gets up there on on local television? Well, see, guys, it's pointless to elect Karen Bass because, you know, she's got to still get the approval of. Do they do that with Karen Bass? Nope. Only with Spencer Pratt because they're worried. They're scared. They see him now as a serious candidate. And it's the same thing that they were doing to Uncle Trump. It's the same thing. The exact same thing. At first, it's a joke and Spencer Pratt, this guy's got no chance. He's a joke. Look at Donald Trump. This can't be serious, man. You can't be serious. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Is he really up that high in the polls? Oh no. See, no, this is a problem. You know, then reality starts to kick in once the polls start dropping, and you see he's a lot higher in the polls than what you actually thought, and people are actually getting out and supporting him in meaningful numbers. And so that's what's happening with Spencer Pratt. And so you get into this nonsense.
So I have a good feeling that the 4 DSA block, the socialists, LA's done with the DSA and the socialists, so that block is going to be removed.
Some of Pratt's past actions and statements have made their way into his campaign, which the reality TV star responded to during our one-on-one interview.
I've said a lot of dumb things. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, but after they let my house burn down and my parents' house burn down, I'm a different person.
I asked Pratt about President Trump's support of his campaign. Pratt is a Republican, but said...
Yeah, they don't talk about Karen Bass's past either. Going to Cuba and doing that whole thing. Yeah, Karen Bass was basically, if I remember the story correctly, she was basically a terrorist. I'm not even kidding. If I remember the story correctly, Karen Bass at one point was part of a terrorist group. Like, not even joking. Not kidding at all. But they want to talk about Spencer Pratt's past. Interesting.
Campaign. Pratt is a Republican, but said he's running to represent angry Angelenos who want a better quality of life. In the studio, Josh Haskell, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
You can.
So yeah, you saw that trying to bash him at every turn, trying to ask him, questions that could catch him up, get him caught up, when they don't ask those same types of questions to Karen Bass, for example, because if they did, she'd be effed. Oh, well, what about your past, Karen? Honestly, I haven't heard a single news reporter ask her anything about her past. Not a single one. I haven't heard it. Have you guys? I haven't heard it. Some of y'all probably didn't even know she was part of a terrorist group. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can pull it. I'm going to see if I can pull that up, because some of y'all probably think I'm joking. Like, no, like, she was Karen Bass. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick, because that is actually wild stuff. Let's see here. Actually, yeah, here's a...
First, let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world. Founded in 1969, the Venceremos Brigade organized trips to Cuba every year for half a century. they attracted the most radicalized and delusional segments of the American left, including overtly Maoist and pro-Soviet communist groups. In fact, a Los Angeles police investigator who infiltrated the group testified to Congress saying that to be a member of the brigade, you had to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist. As a brigadista and then moving up the ranks to organizer for the Venceremos Brigade, Karen Bass visited Cuba every 6 months. Their mission? To radicalize young, impressionable American leftists in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare. Members of the Venceremos Brigade were even taught how to make bombs.
Jesus Christ!
Karen Bass admits, on her many pilgrimages to Cuba, she went to see Fidel Castro speak several times, even calling him charismatic, and upon his death, praised him, saying, "The passing of Commandant en Jefe is a great loss to the people of Cuba," even though the people of Cuba see him as a dictator who impoverished their island. Another group, the M19, took its belief in revolutionary anti-imperialism to extremes, violent extremes. The M19 was the first and only women-created and women-led domestic terrorist group. Since their founding in 1978, M19's tactics escalated from robbing armored trucks and abetting prison breaks to building their own explosives and carrying out terrorist bombings. From 1983 to 1984, M19 bombed an FBI office, the Israel Aircraft Industries building, the South African consulate in New York, DC's Fort McNair, and Navy Yard, which they bombed twice. But that wasn't enough for them. On the night of November 7, 1983, the M19 called the US Capitol switchboard and warned them to evacuate the building. Minutes later, the M19 bombed the north wing of the US Capitol. November 7, 2023 marks 40 years since the M19's bombing of the US Capitol. Members of the M19, like Susan Rosenberg, traveled to Cuba with and were radicalized by the Venceremos Brigade. The South Los Angeles Venceremos Brigade was led by Karen Bass.
You see what I mean? Like, if you actually dig into her past, pretty terrible, pretty terrible. But do you think when she sat down for an interview, anybody in that newsroom or anybody associated with any type of news network asked her questions about her past or grilled her on her past at all, like they did with Spencer Pratt? No, not a single one. Not a single one. But there you heard it. And that is why people like me, amongst others, right? There's others, exist. Because mainstream media doesn't do their job anymore. And it's dying too. I mean, they're firing people left and right, losing revenue left and right. I mean, I can't tell you the last person that I've had a conversation with that said, yeah, I actually watch the news on a daily basis. Like, no, I couldn't tell you anybody, you know. Now, of course, I watch clips, of course, you know, to bring to show the awesome times, but I don't sit and watch the news. No, I don't know anybody that does. And the ratings show it, right? The ratings are steadily going in the tank. So it's only a matter of time before news altogether ultimately collapse, and then all you have is independents like myself and others that took their place, which I guess wouldn't be a bad thing because at least we tell the truth. But yeah, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.